Hi, I'm Mike Quincy. I'm here at Consumer Reports Auto Test Center, and this is the 2024 BMW 530i xDrive. A lot of updates went into this new 5 Series. It's now longer, wider, and taller, but what isn't new is BMW's traditional kidney-shaped twin grills. The 5 Series is available either as a conventional gasoline-powered model or as an EV, the i5, which we also tested. The two internal combustion engine versions include the 4-cylinder 530i, which you see right here, and the 6-cylinder 540i. As you may know, Consumer Reports buys all the cars anonymously for our test program, which frees us up to be independent and allows us to tell everything that's good and not so good about the cars that most people buy. We bought a 2024 BMW 530i xDrive, which is BMW speak for all-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive is also available. The xDrive version starts at $60,200. We added a bunch of options to our test cart. With the $995 destination fee, the total came to $71,545. Standard active safety and driver assistance features includes automatic emergency braking that operates at highway speeds, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic warning, rear automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, and automatic high beams. Adaptive cruise control and lane centering assistance are optional. Overall, this new 5 Series does a lot of things really well. It's quiet, it's comfortable, it's quick, it's fuel efficient. A lot of our drivers really like the seats, and the cabin is impeccably finished. The 530i's interior is very well put together. It kind of draws the fine line between being snazzy and slightly understated. There's lots of exposed stitching, soft touch materials, mostly precise controls, and nice linings for the glove box and the bin under the center armrest. There's also luxurious touches like the glossy wood and muted aluminum trim, the finely tailored perforated faux leather seats, and the thickly wrapped steering wheel that feels good in your hands. However, the turn signal stalk comes across as cheap. Plastic paddle shifters also feel insubstantial. And the center console features lots of glossy piano black plastic trim that tends to accumulate dust as fingerprints and scratches easily. But this is a really nice cabin. So let's get this out of the way. The 530i's controls are challenging. You can't help but notice the high-tech vibe, thanks to the 14.9-inch center dash touchscreen and the 12.3-inch all-digital driver's instrument panel. The infotainment screen is highly customizable, but the overload of information it offers draws the drivers away from the road. In fact, quite often. Some physical controls remain, such as the steering wheel buttons and the iDrive knob on the center console. You work the controller knob by twisting it, but the detents are somewhat slight, and you also push it forward and back and to the sides. So we're definitely not fans of how you have to go into the center screen to make almost any adjustment to the climate system. You first have to just bring it up so you can hit the fan button, which actually doesn't do anything. So we're going to start just adjusting the temperature. And every time you need to do something, you have to go through the center screen. To get the heated or ventilated seats up, you first have to pick that icon for where the seats are and then choose if you're going to be venting or if you want the heat going or you want to adjust the steering wheel heat. So anyway, taking away almost all of the hard controls for the climate system in the 5 Series definitely makes things a lot more complicated and adds to some driver distraction. The 530i has a monostable gear selector, which is pretty straightforward in its operation. You press forward for reverse, you bring it down for drive, but the confusion sets in because when you want to select park and the parking brake, that button is actually shared. So sometimes you don't know if you're in park or the parking brake is on. The digital driver's instrument display kind of blends into the center infotainment screen. Both screens have crisp graphics, and the infotainment display responds quickly to the touch. The status menu bar along the bottom of the screen provides quick access to the home screen and other frequently used apps such as phone and media. But there's still a steep learning curve for understanding how to access all the areas of the menu, whether using the rotary dial or the touchscreen and navigating within each menu and submenu. The front seats are well-shaped and supportive, both of them equipped with four-way lumbar adjustment, which aids comfort on longer trips. There were mixed reviews from our drivers. On the positive side, they're pretty plush with long-lasting comfort, the well-defined side bolsters, and there's a superb cushion extension feature. The rear seat is pretty comfortable if you fit in it. Headroom is tight for taller passengers, and foot space is a bit squashed underneath the front seats. The trunk is reasonably sized. The rear seat can be folded down in 3 separate sections, which gives you the option to use the center section as a pass-through for longer, narrow cargo while still having 2 passengers, or you can utilize the 60-40 split. Visibility in the 530i is pretty decent. These roof pillars here are a bit thick on the base, and so it might be hard for the driver to kind of peer around a corner to make sure that there aren't any pedestrians in the way. The rear roof pillars are also a little bit thick, but it really is, it's pretty good for a sedan. The 530i comes standard with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, which benefits the automatic transmission stop-start system that's intended to save fuel and reduce emissions by cutting off the engine at stoplights. All in all, the new 5 Series delivers an exceptional driving experience in many ways. We definitely have some issues with the controls, but when you combine the car's handling, ride, and beautiful cabin, it's no wonder the 5 Series lands near the top of the midsize luxury sedan segment. For more on luxury cars, check out consumerreports.org.